Hey guys, Julian here from Revline Fitness for an episode of Anatomy 101. So today we're going to be talking about some anatomical terms that you guys should know when you're in the gym. You might be hearing them as part of your exercise. You might be hearing a coach referring to something using these anatomical terms you might not know. So we're going to keep it pretty simple and break them down for you guys. So first of all, when I'm standing with my palms out like this is the anatomical standing and starting position. So any terms, we're referring to this position, palms out, standing up, looking forward. So we'll go through the first two, very simple. You'll probably hear these a lot in the gym, anterior and posterior. Anterior means the front, posterior means the back. So you might hear something like, we're working the posterior chain. You might hear something when it comes to anterior as well. So these things are pretty commonplace. Okay, so know that, anterior front, posterior back. The next two is superficial or deep. This would be more if you're studying some anatomy in school or you're learning from a trainer that's going a bit further into the terms than you would be just at the gym. So superficial means it's close to the outside. So a layer of muscle that's closer to the outside of your body. And then deep literally just means deeper. So an example would be our rectus abdominis, which is our six-pack. And underneath that would be transverse abdominis. So transverse abdominis is like a corset that's underneath your abs. So that one is deeper, whereas the rectus abdominis, the six-pack, is more superficial. It's closer to the outside. The next one, this is very common as well, so you'll hear this in the gym when you guys are working out with different exercises. Supinated and pronated. So it can mean with your hands face up, palm up is supinated, palm down is pronated. A good way to remember is if it's supinated, you're holding a bowl of soup. If it's pronated, you're a pro basketball player. It could also refer to just lying down. So if I lie down here and I'm face up, I'm maybe doing some presses. Okay, this would be me lying down in a supinated position. If I rolled over, I would be pronated. Maybe I'm doing some hamstring curls. I got a band around my feet and I'm doing some hamstring curls. Okay, so that would be pronated because I'm lying face down. The next one, proximal and distal. Okay, so proximity, you're getting closer. Distal, distance, you're getting further. And what we're referring to here is the torso, the upper torso. Okay, so my shoulder is more proximal to my torso than my hand. So my hand would be more distal. My chin is more proximal to my torso than the top of my head. My hip is more proximal than my foot. My foot would be distal, my hip is proximal. And the last term we're going to go through is lateral and medial. Okay, so this one is referring to the midline of the body. So I want to think if my my sternum or my spine as the midline of my body. If something is closer to the midline, it is medial. If something is further out, it would be lateral. Okay? So keep these terms in mind when you hear your coaches or your trainers talking to you about them, or if you're doing some studying and you're not sure what they mean, keep these as a reference, and we'll see you guys in the gym.